Hey guys, red black greetings. This is Flamengo. Good morning and welcome to the Paparazzo Rubro-Negro channel. If you're new here, follow, like, and share on all platforms. On YouTube, please subscribe below. Turn on notifications and don't forget to leave that cool like on the video. We're here with a lot of information about Mengão for you, and I want to bring you all the details about the game right away. It's so good to be able to say today there's Mengão. It's really great. We were missing it, even if it's with the under-20 squad. The reinforcement of Alassian. But we know that just seeing Mengão on the field, being able to watch the debut broadcast with images from Flamengo television and João Guilherme's commentary, at least that was the plan. Hopefully everything works out and we can follow it on YouTube for those abroad, a free broadcast for viewers outside the country. In Brazil, you can't watch it with images. So let's bring you the information about the 6 post-Meridian game. Always remember to share our video with everyone and that our sponsors are here. In the pinned comment in the description, also always in the pinned chat, and for us to leave it here as well. Go ahead, Maps Rent-A-Car has luxury cars to suit your needs. Just look for Maps. I need a big car, 7 seats. I want a sports car. I want to check out a Tesla. I want to be in a Cybertruck while I'm touring the parks. You'll be able to have the Cybertruck. When you're coming back from the park, it drives you itself. There's no problem with you being late or missing your support time. It doesn't work because you made a mistake, because there are a lot of things that people who get lost don't do. But with the Cybertruck, it will drive for you and all that. You won't make a mistake. So you can start enjoying it right now by getting in touch with Maps. Besides that, now to wrap things up, we're letting you know that you can also secure your spot at Mengão's games at Maracanã, all over South America. There's a Flamengo match coming up now in Buenos Aires, the Recopa final against Lanús. You can secure your spot with Cara, the most reliable company in the business. It's unbelievable. Haroldo's Caravan, you can secure your spot without any risk. Plus, the service is amazing. So here's the contact for Recopa, Supercopa, Brasileirão, Carioca, Copa do Brasil, you know, all of that. Secure your Libertadores spot soon and guarantee your presence at Rio de Janeiro games with tickets included. No funny business. We've seen things go wrong for some people who leave you outside, but everything will be fine. Well, let's go, right? So look for Harold's Caravan. With Harold's Caravan, no one messes with your dream. So we have here the information about Mengão's game, the 6 post-Meridian game, right? With broadcast by television, Global Premier Flamengo Television broadcasting with images for free to other countries on YouTube. It's at 6 post-Meridian Brasilia time. Paulinho de Oliveira, Volta Redonda, 5th round of the Campeonato Carioca. It's an early game, okay? This is Flamengo's probable lineup. Leo Nanetti, Daniel Sales, João Vitor, Iago, and Johnny Pablo Lucio, Anderson, or Lucas Vieira and Guilherme Gomes, Alassian. Joshua and Douglas Telles. The coach is Bruno Pivetti, okay? The absence for Flamengo's under-20 team is Ryan Roberto, who is injured, the one everyone wanted to see playing, right? He's injured. Portuguesa's probable lineup includes Douglas Borges, Leo Cruz, Patrick Ramos, Lucas Costa, Luis Gustavo, João Paulo Wellington, Cesar Jai, Romarinho, Gui, Mendes, and Elber. Coach Alex Nassif, referee Pierre Dias dos Santos, and the entire officiating crew are from Rio de Janeiro. Assistant 1, Daniel de Oliveira Alves Pereira. Assistant 2, Júlio César Souza Gaudêncio. And the video assistant referee is Paulo Renato Moreira da Silva Coelho. My prediction, even with Flamengo's under-20 team, 2-0 Mengão, okay, 2-0 or 3-0 Mengão. I think Guilherme, Alassian, and Douglas will each score a goal, right? 2-0 or 3-0 Mengão, okay, right? I want to tell Flamengo's fans that now is the time to support the team, no matter what happens in the match. And man, I really hope João Vitor shines in these games. Now, he has all the confidence of Felipe Luis, a defender that Felipe has always praised, saying that in a short time he would be playing in European football, with a lot of people wanting to sign him and everything. And he had some very weak matches last season and was heavily criticized, harshly criticized. I criticized him respectfully. I said, look, he didn't do well and all that, but he was under a lot of pressure on social media. Jose Boto even talked about this, the pressure that João Vitor faced on social media, and that maybe the alternative would even be to transfer him to Europe to have a change of scenery, you know, to get him away from some of the pressure he faced here. And Boto even said, right, in that interview in Portugal, that it's crazy, right? The pressure at Flamengo is even bigger than at Palmeiras. And then the fans. What I meant is the nation, the fan who went to Volta Redonda, who's there. Hopefully it'll be packed. It's to support the kid because Felipe Luis trusts him, man. Everybody knows João Vitor's quality and he just moved up. He couldn't handle the pressure of those games. He came into some very decisive, very important matches at the end of the season. I think the fans should be patient and support this guy because just like the whole Flamengo U20 team, he's really good, okay? Flamengo has good players in their youth academy who deserve some credit from the fans. João Vitor, I think as a Flamengo fan, you should give this kid some credit too, okay? Well, come on, man. Just imagine. He leaves and then shines in Europe, man. How many players have we seen like that? Look at Wesley. We had Wesley, and then the Roma coach kissed Wesley on the cheek, thanking him. Wesley playing amazingly. A beast dominating. Several European clubs want Wesley, right? He's playing great. Let me bring some information here. And what's important for us to mention is that I saw people posting on Twitter a statement as if it were from Almada, okay? I feel honored by the interest from big Brazilian clubs that I might be able to play this season, that's all. And then he says this, it's clear Flamengo is on another level, undeniably the biggest club in the Americas and among the world's top 5. Diario Marca, none of that is from us. That's fake news. Is it to fool people? Flamengo fan. It was a statement he made talking about Botafogo and the Flamengo fans there thinking it might be true, celebrating and all that. Man, it's important for us to point out here that this is fake news, okay? Unfortunately, people spread this kind of thing, and I think it's also our job here to bring the truth and talk about what's really happening. Okay, so we have this situation with Flamengo, right? Coluna do Fla brought some news that Flamengo made a decision about the dispute with Palmeiras over Thiago Almada. Okay, so the situation with Thiago Almada is imminent, right? Leaving Atletico de Madrid, Palmeiras appears as a strong candidate to sign the Argentine midfielder, but Flamengo is considering entering the race for the player without making a commitment. Okay, is that so? That's the news from Coluna do Fla. That's because Flamengo believes that signing the playmaker is a high investment for a part of the field that isn't a priority. Flamengo will avoid getting into any kind of bidding war with Palmeiras to sign the former Botafogo player, okay? So that's Flamengo's decision, yeah, and we know that's the player's decision too, at least that's what it is. A source connected to Flamengo's management confirmed that they reached out to the player, but said that the player's desire is to stay in Europe, and that Atletico de Madrid wants 35 million euros and Palmeiras would have offered 20 million for 50%, which would total 40 million euros above what they want. Okay, he's valued at around 35 million euros to be sold. Palmeiras even offered more than that amount for 50%, and he has the potential to be sold again later. So they could recover it, that's it. It's a situation where Palmeiras offered a high amount, and that's serious. We need to talk about it. Palmeiras is doing well in the negotiation. The thing is, he didn't have the roots. They say he's actually interested, yes, at this moment. Before, he only joined Botafogo to later play in Europe, showing no interest. Now, for World Cup playing time, he'd even play in South America. The reports are saying it's not Flamengo itself. When they inquired, they got a no, that he doesn't want to return to South America. Is that it? The amount Palmeiras is offering for 50 is equivalent to 125.5 million at the current exchange rate in reais. Flamengo is going to stop signing Almada. Let Palmeiras sign Almada. Is that it? The former Botafogo standout is not a starter on the team coached by Simeone. However, Atletico's staff says the young player prefers to stay in Europe rather than return to Brazil, where he has already won the Brasileirão and the Libertadores. Yeah, so that's the information from Floss' column that Flamengo won't get into a bidding war. It's with Palmeiras. To sign Thiago Almada, that's a decision from the board, according to Floss' column. And I think it's important for Flamengo, let's make it clear. I'll say it again. Flamengo has a squad that's won everything and hasn't sold any players. While we're seeing almost all the teams losing players, Palmeiras could still lose some too. That's what we have as well. There are foreign teams wanting to sign players from Cruzeiro, from Palmeiras, and players from other clubs are leaving too, like Fluminense, for example. I mentioned Thiago Silva, and Fluminense practically doesn't have a defense. They need to sign a defender. So, man, the truth is Flamengo kept their squad, right? They're, let's say, 16 starters, right? And they brought in Vital, who just arrived, man, I'm telling you, in the press conference, right? He arrived respectfully and showed up. Man, getting Flamengo fans excited with his interview. He's also a great defender. My frustration, and when I criticized his signing, was that I didn't want Flamengo to pay too much and accept that Inter didn't want to include Thiago Maia's debt in the deal. And then Flamengo managed to do it, so that's fine. Okay, but they're also signing a goalkeeper now. The player, Andrew, right? Botafogo is also trying to get him, and Flamengo could announce him at any moment. Flamengo is already making a pre-contract with the goalkeeper, and now they're just trying to convince Gil Vicente to let him go. And Gil Vicente needs to sign a goalkeeper before letting him leave. That's what's happening. That's why he hasn't been announced yet, but Flamengo is going to sign him. And Flamengo is also in the market looking for a forward and a midfielder, but it would be a defensive midfielder, not a playmaker. So does Flamengo think that Almada's position isn't a priority right now? Obviously, there are players who could strengthen the squad, but Flamengo's priority is the goalkeeper. The center-back spot is filled, and for a striker to compete with Pedro, Flamengo wants someone with Caio Jorge's qualities. Besides that, there's the situation that at the end of the year, Caio Jorge's release clause will drop. Some people say that's not true, but the information we have is that his release clause will drop to 30 million euros at the end of the year. And Flamengo also has the chance to sign him at the end of the year, but they would need to sign a striker or use someone they already have. The youth academy has good players, and even Douglas himself has players that Flamengo can use. They can even give these youngsters more playing time throughout the season. It's important for us to make it clear that regarding the defensive midfielder position, if Flamengo signs someone, I was trying. So Marcos Antonio from São Paulo, it's because Saul underwent a procedure. It'll be about 2 to 3 months for him to recover. He won't play. At the start of the season, Nicolas de la Cruz also underwent a procedure in Uruguay. His was simpler. He'll be back a little earlier. But anyway, Flamengo might need a midfielder or will use players from the youth academy at the start of the season, at least until mid-year. It's possible that the youngsters can fill that role. Is it okay to bring some information here about the Carioca Championship as well? Flamengo, which is the current two-time champion and title record holder, could reach 2 more milestones in this 2026 Carioca, okay? Flamengo broke Fluminense's dominance in 2009, right? Besides being able to be the first team to win 40 state championship titles, Flamengo is also aiming for its 7th consecutive three-peat in the Carioca. Okay, since they were champions in the last 2 years, Flamengo could be a 7-time three-peat champion, right? Flamengo loves winning 3 in a row, right? In fact, Flamengo, on these old jerseys here, these 3 stars, they represented the 3 three-peats, back when Flamengo had 3 Carioca three-peats. Okay, and then they stopped counting after that. Today, Flamengo is a 6-time three-peat champion and could make it 7 in this Carioca, winning a prize of about 28 million reais, right? So Flamengo is by far the record holder for three-peats in Rio de Janeiro and could be 3-time champion once again, okay? So Flamengo has this possibility of being the first team to have 40 state titles and also to be three-time champion once again. It's important for us to bring this information and to wrap things up here. The fans of Flamengo and Cruzeiro reacted to Gabigol's goals. And in the Santos match, we had the fans commenting on Gabigol's goal, right? It wasn't just fans here. Journalist Pablo Rafael Rua was too, wishing all the best to one of Flamengo's greatest idols. Then here, Ilas, the only question is whether Gabigol played like this at Flamengo or Cruzeiro. At Flamengo, he played better. At Flamengo, man, in 2019 and 2020, he played a lot. Man, are you crazy? Diego Leandro, Gabigol did more at Santos than at Cruzeiro. He seemed like a different player. He did nothing at Cruzeiro. But then Toquinho replied to him, yeah, Diego Leandro, my friend. In Gabigol's debut for Cruzeiro, he scored a hat-trick. Yeah, he's good at fooling people, but seriously, okay, come on. Gabigol had moments that upset Flamengo fans, but he brought many titles and really helped the team. Along with Arrascaeta, Bruno Henrique, and Everton Ribeiro, he helped Flamengo win many titles. He never misled anyone, right? He performed well in the final stage, even in 2024 when he was responsible for those titles. The title in 2022, the Copa do Brasil title against Corinthians, right? That penalty, that moment, he energized Maracanã, the 2022 Libertadores final goal. Then he declined in 2023 and 2024, right? He couldn't maintain the same standard, but even so, right? He also scored in 2024 in the Copa do Brasil final. So, man, yeah, I'm telling you, Gabigol, he left a very beautiful, very big legacy at Flamengo, right? That's, at least that's what I think. And I'm not a Gabizet, but I do root for him. I hope he does great out there too, just not against Flamengo. Okay, that's it. I invite you to follow, like, and share on all platforms. If you're on YouTube, I invite you to subscribe down below and turn on notifications. Click the bell, like the video, red and black greetings from Flamengo. Thanks, big hug, I'm out.